Hey, what's up guys? Matt here with Fix Anything Save Money. Today we're going to be giving you a tutorial on this Dewalt DCS369 compact reciprocating saw, or some people call them sawzalls. So we're going to be walking you through the features of this, and then we're going to be giving you a quick demonstration. So there's really not much to this. You can see this is the small lightweight version that they make. I also have the larger version that I've done a video on in the past. So if you're curious on this one, be sure to subscribe, check it out. This one is a lot bulkier, it's a lot heavier, it's harder to get into like tight places. So I picked this one up and I think it's going to work great to get into tighter spots. So we'll start off the tutorial. We'll just show you how to install and remove the battery. So to install the battery, you just want to line up these grooves right here with these inside grooves right here, and then we're just going to slide it in until we hear a click. Okay, so now our battery is seated, and then to remove it we're just going to press down on this black button and just pull straight out. Okay, and then we'll show you so here's our trigger right here. And then if we press the button in on this side, that's going to lock our trigger. And then if we press it this way, that's going to release it and allow us to use the tool. So anytime you are transporting the tool, changing a blade out, I always just like to lock it. And then if you're changing the blade or you're anywhere near the blade working, just always remove the battery. I recommend just removing the battery no matter what. If you're transporting it, if you're not using it, just take the battery out. It's gonna, make sure that you don't turn it on accident. Okay, so then going up the tool, you can see here there's a little light that comes on when you press the trigger. And then we're gonna show you the blade change. So you can see here, we're gonna twist that and then we're gonna insert our blade. Okay, so we're just gonna twist this all the way. And then we're just going to put, while we're holding that in, we're just going to put our blade in to that slot, press it down, kind of wiggle it around, make sure it seats. And then when you release this, just make sure you pull up and make sure that it's seated. You can wear gloves when you're doing that. And then to remove it, we're just going to pull that this way and then just pull our blade out. Okay, so we'll do that one more time. We're just gonna rotate that, hold it, put our blade in, and when you release it, sometimes you could hear a little click. I don't know if the camera picked that up, but it kind of clicked into place. That's how you know it's seated. And then I like to just kind of put the battery in and just give it a little test. Okay. And you could see when you pull the trigger, that light comes on. So you could work, if you're working in, poorly lit places, dark areas, that is a nice little feature. And there's really nothing else to this sawzall. You can see here, there's a little belt clip that you just use a Phillips head, remove that screw or put the screw in. You can see it's a little loose. I should probably tighten that. And then it just sits into that groove right here. Okay. So that's pretty much it as far as the features and how to install the blade on this. So now we'll show you a quick demonstration just on a scrap little piece of wood that I have here, just to show you how it cuts. Okay, so we'll just kind of move over here. And then we're just going to, we're going to go from the lock position where we can't press. We're just going to press this in, give it a little test. And then what you want to do when you're using this, ideally you would have this, whatever you're cutting into, secured down. I'm just going to hold it and it's going to cause a lot of vibrations. It's not going to cut as fast as if you were cutting through something that was secured or already like solid. So you're going to see a lot of vibration coming up because I'm just holding this. But it's best to have whatever you're using clamped down, and then you could use two hands on it like this. And then that gives you, more stability as you're making your cut. But for this, we're just cutting through a small little scrap piece of wood. So I'm just going to hold it, and you want to start your blade and then make your cut down after your blade is fully on. So you want to start it all the way and then make your cut. You don't want to have it resting on the wood and then make your cut, because it's going to jump all around. I'll kind of show you that real quick. So you can see how it's just jumping all around. So you want to start it, get the blade up to speed, and then cut down. Okay? Okay. And you can see that was kicking off a bunch of vibration, which was, you know, kind of taking into the cutting power. So if this was secured down, if I had this clamped down solid and I was using 2 hands, that cut would have went a lot faster. That's kind of why you want to have things clamped down. So we'll come back over here. And then we're going to remove our battery like I showed you. Press that button in, remove it. And then we're going to push this up, take our blade out. Be careful, these could get hot when you were just using it. So we're just going to take our blade out. And yeah, guys, that pretty much sums up the video on this Dewalt DCS369 reciprocating saw, compact reciprocating saw. Like I said, this is the smaller version. Here is the larger version. So if you guys have any questions on this tool, be sure to reach out in the comments. I'm actually going to be putting this tool into my, you know, arsenal of tools that I have. I have all Dewalt tools that I use, you know, pretty much on a daily basis. This is going in there with that. So like I said, if you guys have any questions at all, be sure to reach out in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Otherwise, if this video helped you out, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Check out all my other tool and DIY videos. Oh, and another thing I should mention is this is a brushless tool. So the brushless tools are more expensive, definitely, but they do last longer. So inside the motor on a brushed tool, there's little brushes in there, like little wire brushes, and those over time will wear out. On the brushless tools, they don't have those little brushes in there, so they tend to last a lot longer, but the components in there are more expensive, which makes the tool generally more expensive. So it all depends on how often you're using the tool. If you're kind of using it every single day, I recommend getting a brushless tool. That's kind of what, you know, contractors and professionals buy, because they last longer. So they're willing to kind of put up that bigger investment because their tools are going to last longer. The brushless tools are generally more powerful. So it's just up to you whether you're going to get a brushless or a brushed tool. And it all depends pretty much on your use, how frequently you're going to be using it. So yeah, guys, that pretty much sums up this video. Let me know if you have any questions. And like I said, reach out in the comments. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.